Ladies and gentlemen, it's your GM mode time for you. It is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. It is brand fight. I am Mr. Dan McThing, joined as always by my SmackDown cohort, Eddie, Mr. Omni Gamer. How you doing today, sir?
Eating M&Ms, which is more important than what we're doing right now. So just keep on with your intro and let me do my thing.
Okay, fine. I know you're upset that I'm still winning. I know
You called me your cohort. You called me your cohort, and that's discriminatory towards my people.
Okay, I'm not going to pretend like I understand what that means, but sure. So let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Let's check the rosters really quick, see how everybody's kind of doing. All right, that's not too terrible. JBL is kind of fatigued. Angle.
I have a mason jar of M&Ms, and it's kind of one of the best things that I've come across.
All of these are going quite well. All right, so let's go ahead and start working on our show here. We're just going to go ahead and straight up pay-per-view hype, and we are going to advertise, get that out of the way. In our first match, or our main event, I should say, because I want to book the main event first, like I always do. We are going to do a tag team match, because we are going to have Booker T and Shawn Michaels, who are, I believe, the champions right now. Oh. Nope, it looks like John Cena is the champion, but he is the heel, so we're going to keep him on this side. And then we've got Undertaker with HBK. So that's our big main event leading into the pay-per-view this week. And then match 5. We gotta have a singles match with a manager because JBL's got Jillian Hall in his corner. So we want Kurt Angle versus JBL with Jillian. Oh, God, I somehow managed to exit out of that. What am I doing here? Where'd JBL go? Oh, he's already there. Duh. All right. See, the thing is, like, when I'm playing 2006 with Francis, all I have to do is press triangle and it saves the match. Here, I forget that I have to hit start, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So we're going to do another single manager with manager, because in this match, we're going to take Kane with Big Show, and he's going to take on Lance Cade, and he's going to have Trevor Murdoch in his corner. And then right before that, we're going to do the same thing, but opposite. So we're going to have Big Show with Kane in his corner against Trevor Murdoch with Cade in his corner. Then we are going to do Lita and Mickey, because what I want to know is if I didn't book that match. What the fuck? If I do this, because all 4 women are in a rivalry together, can I book them in separate matches and the rivalry stay alive? Does that work? Do you know? Well, he's clearly of no help, so. And then we are going to put Batista on Sunday Night Heat, because I got to get him booked somewhere. He's going to take on Carlito and Chris Masters. And then I think that's about everybody that can be booked that will be booked. All right. So yeah, telling some stories here. Not going to get as in-depth as my SmackDown brethren here, but like, of course, the big story that we're trying to tell is Michaels and Taker for the WWE Championship heading into this Sunday's Backlash. Want to keep Kurt Angle and JBL doing something a little bit different, actually fighting in the ring this week. They've been fighting, brawling all over the arena. They're getting a little tired. Going to take it a little easier on them. Going to put them in a match on Raw in the semi-main. And then, of course, hopefully by Sunday, I can actually put the tag titles on the line between Kane and Big Show and Cade and Murdoch. So we will definitely see with that. I also want to see how fatigue works if in one match they're fighting and the next match they are in a managerial role. But let's go ahead and double check. Make sure nobody's injured. Okay, so that's good. Just want to get some of these guys all signed up. Make sure we don't lose anybody. Everybody seems to be in a good mood. Melina's the only one that's kind of upset. Mickey's good to go. Trevor Murdoch's good to go. That's a big thing too. I forgot all about the specialty match types. Doesn't really... Oh, Kane's is a Hell in a Cell, really? Of course it is. Of course RVD's would be... Shelton's is a ladder. That's interesting. I didn't book RVD this week, did I? That's what it was. Because I didn't get Shelton on the show either, so we got to get RVD and Shelton. Okay. We can do that. Okay, that's what the problem is. So we're going to take this match, and we're going to change this into a hardcore match for RVD and Shelton. And then we're going to move Trish and Melina over to Heat. Because again, I want to see if this continues their rivalry, if they have them booked in separate matches, or if they all have to still continuously be in the same match, which I hope isn't the case as long as they are facing off with each other. Other than that, I think that is good. I'm going to go ahead and confirm my match card and hand it over to my good friend Eddie, who's going to take over from here. Oh, Edward. He's around here somewhere.
Are you done?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get your attention.
Oh, sorry. I decided to take a little nap because you were taking forever, so...
Dude, I took less than 10 minutes. You're about to take a half hour of my time. Know that I say that out of pure love, because I do love you.
All right, now then, let's go ahead and move on to what a real show is, the way a real show is supposed to be booked. So we're going to go ahead, let's see, let me check out my roster real quick. And check out my rivalries. Everything looks pretty good so far. Got Triple H versus Mick Foley, obviously. Two legends going up against each other. Lashley versus Umaga in an absolute battle of the beasts. Finlay versus Paul Burchill. Can the Pirate steal the hearts of everybody alongside with, Finlay's treasure? Because don't let him fool you. Finlay has treasure. Of course he does. Edge versus Orton, number one contender. One of the biggest rivalries of our generation. And of course, Mysterio versus Super Crazy. And Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, man. Like, look, can you control like all of your superstars? Because if you could, would you really advise them to go up against the Boogeyman? Because I wouldn't.
No, I don't know why anybody wanted to be, smothered in worms every week.
I mean, and that's pretty much what's happening. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and still got a couple weeks left for Bobby Lashley. All right. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh,
Nope,
go back 1 second. No, click on Edge one more time for me, please.
Yes.
Why is his specialty match type a hardcore match?
Because he's hardcore, obviously.
Is that strictly because this is the year of WrestleMania 22 when they had that crazy hardcore match with Mick Foley? Let's be honest about one thing though. What should his specialty match type really be?
Yes.
There's no excuse for it to not be a TLC match. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but that kind of irked me in a way that I didn't foresee coming.
I'm just saying I didn't interrupt you at all.
I know. And, I'm sorry.
I don't think you really are.
It was out of the goodness of my heart because I needed to understand why that was happening.
Oh my God. All right. So, how do there we go. Schedule. So Mr. Dan McThing has a pay-per-view coming up, which means, unfortunately, next week he's going to take a bunch of fans from me. But, that's okay because he needs a win every now and then. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. We're going to go ahead and switch over. And, promo 2. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to go with, Should I interfere? Nah, I'm not going to do that because I don't believe in slander. I would never do anything to put down my illustrious rival despite the fact that he has the inferior show. Because I'm a man of culture. I'm a man of class. So we're going to... Can we main event hype? No, we can't main event hype. So we're going to go ahead and interview Triple H. Getting ready for the main event. Of course, we're going to advertise because you know what? I need some more money because I like a lot of money. And just in a straight up competition, just in a straight up fight like they do all the time. Because every week these two put on absolute stellar matches, pinnacles, and coming up. Dude, I don't even want to speculate on what these two are going to do to each other. Because, oh man, when the blow off for their title, for their match finally happens, oh man, Mr. Dan, I think, do you know which way it's going to go?
I'd assume that Triple H is going to win.
You don't know which way it's going to go because my storylines are being built in the most unpredictable manners. It doesn't matter if Triple H ends with the title at the end. It doesn't matter if Mick Foley ends up with the title at the end because in the end, the fans win because this is storyline genius right here. Continuing the rivalry, we're going to have an interview with Triple H this week before their match, and the next week, we're going to have an interview with Mick Foley before the match, and oh my God, it is going to be glorious. Oh man, I absolutely cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait for that. And oh man, All right, so let's go ahead and head on back. Let's see. Let's go and check out who I got here. Now Edge and Randy Orton. What I'm gonna do with Edge and Randy Orton this week? What did I do last week? Did I put them in a tag match last week? I can't remember if I put them in a tag match last week or not. Let's see. No, I put them in a steel cage last week. So I think this week we're gonna go ahead and put them in a tag team match because both Edge and Randy Orton, they're both really solid tag team players. So, and I think what we're gonna do is let's see. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Because the rivalry keeps on getting intense, keeps on building up. So we got Triple H, the new freaking champion, going up against Mick Foley. We're gonna go ahead and no, not a title match. We're gonna do a tag team. No. We'll go a little hardcore. We'll have a hardcore tornado tag match, and it'll be Edge versus Randall Keith Orton. And here's my Edge, Johnny Nitro, and the Boogeyman. That's not what. Wait, what? And Umanga. All right, did I get my faces and heels set up? I want to make sure on that before I. All right, Edge is the face, and is it Booby? Okay, cool. I did get that right. Yeah, nice little hardcore, some hardcore tag action right there. Edge and Booby Lashley versus Randy Orton and Umanga, and I think that's going to be a little homage to William Regal there. I'm pretty sure you can appreciate that, right? Right? Oh, I guess he doesn't appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I apologize that my rival is so rude. Let's see. Next up,
I thought the respectful thing was to be quiet during you doing you time. So I'm going to go back to being quiet. I asked you multiple questions.
You don't understand possible. Like when I'm directly talking to you, it's okay for you to answer. However, when you just blatantly interrupt me for no reason.
I asked you
and I'm doing everything that I can to promote your show as the solid, just not as solid as my show as it can be. And you can't even give me that level of courtesy.
I asked you multiple questions that I got no response to, so I think that
I was sleeping.
I
was sleeping. I took a nap.
Okay. And I'm watching Scrubs, so please let me be.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll let you be. See, how rude is it that somebody is putting another form of media, another form of entertainment, and that we in the wrestling business call that competition. If it's on TV, it's competition. And he's choosing to watch Scrubs instead of my show. And that's slander. Out of everything that I've been trying to avoid. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. So all right, so we've still got to let's see, we've got Finley and Burchill we have to worry about. We have the creepies to worry about. Mysterio and Super Crazy as well. So we're going. Let's see who we have. All right. So next up. Okay, so this one we'll go ahead and so this rivalry starting to get a little tense between Finley and Paul Burchill. And it's gotten to the point where it's starting to It's starting to leak outside. I don't know. I don't know if that could be contained outside. I don't know if that could be contained outside anymore. All right. That's what I'm looking for. All right, I got my cruiserweight. I'm looking for. Okay, it is Flair and Kennedy. They are still my tag champs, which is good. I really appreciate. I really appreciate having Flair and Ken Kennedy, the loudest freaking tag team championship team to ever freaking team in championship fashion. Oh yeah, that's right. They are feuding with the Gregory Helms and the Matthew Hardy. So we'll go ahead and, we're gonna have them go as well. We'll have them go in a nice one-on-one rematch. If I can remember how to do the buttons properly. Just straight up tag team match player, Gregory Helms, and the man who can slap a tornado. No, not Finlay. I did not say Finlay. There we go. Ric Flair and Kennedy. And if they can, I'll even say it. Depending on how this match goes, depending on how exciting this match is, Gregory Helms and Matthew Hardy may just get a tag team match next week. We'll see. And of course, we've got Super Crazy going up against Daddy Ray Ray. And we're going to go ahead and kick this match off. Let's see, who haven't I booked yet? I'm sure there's a lot of people I haven't booked. There's been a lot of single matches this week. And we're going to go ahead and kick this off with Poor Boogie. Poor Boogie here. That is not what I meant to do. Edge is not in this match. Mercury is in this match. All right, and over here on Velocity. No, that's... Okay, so we need... Psychosis and Chavo. Was there anybody else that I didn't get a chance to book? Got Edge, got Finlay, got Helms, Nitro, Kennedy. Psychosis hasn't been booked yet. Just Psychosis, it looks like. So, this match right here will instead be a triple threat match. We've got Chavo in there. We've got Psychosis in there. Oh, I guess that was good. All right, that should be everybody. So All right, that looks like my complete roster. Slowly building, slowly enhancing on each individual storyline as they progress in natural fashion, and not just forcing, titles every single week, or not just shoving superstars out there, but building up titles naturally. So we're gonna go ahead and confirm this card, and I guess we'll let Mr. Damick thing go first, because we gotta get the opening act out of the way. So as you were, sir, okay. You have my permission to speak.
So, if you want to complain about me putting titles on the line every week, maybe you should, watch your mouth before you speak, because I didn't put any championships on the line for this show. So...
the first time?
Again, it's about being the better general manager, and it's about getting more fans, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get more fans. So if you
are
like
the AEW of our show. There, I said it. I'd
like to think I'm the Eric Bischoff. So
That
I'll
does
accept
not
that.
make you look any better.
I know. And that's fair. That's fair. All right.
If
So
anything, that makes you look worse.
you're probably right.
Of course I'm right. I'm never wrong.
All right. So let's go ahead and simulate for Sunday Night Heat. We got 2 matches here. Trish Stratus picks up a win over Melina. So the question that I had, because I have all 4 women in one single rivalry, if I book them in individual matches without the other 2, am I going to lose that rivalry? I will find out because I don't know. That's the difficult thing about running 2 GM modes at once. I just don't know.
Especially with 2 different games as well.
Yeah. Well, because in this game, I have to make the rivalries. In the other game, I just have to pit 2 superstars against each other, and the rivalry gets created on its own. So, all right. And then Chris Masters and Carlito taking on Batista in our main event of Sunday Night Heat. Chris Masters picking up the win, most likely with that master lock with those big old arms of his. The fact he got him around Batista's arms is quite incredible. Kicking off Monday Night Raw, Shelton Benjamin taking on RVD in a hardcore match, because I want to see how that works with RVD having a hardcore match type speciality. Next up,
Clearly not, considering he lost to Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, I know. Shelton's his ladder match, so I'm going to have to see what I can do about that, too. Mickie James picking up a win over the women's champion, Lita. See if that leads to anything coming this Sunday. Trevor Murdoch defeats The Big Show with tag team partners in each corner. Leading into our next match, Kane defeats Lance Cade with the roles reversed. The thing here is that I want to see, especially when it comes to like tag teams, because like Big Show only competed in 1 match, but it technically says that he competed in 2, and it goes for all 4 of them. I don't think that should make a big difference, but I guess we're going to find out. But this is a normal thing that would happen on a real television show, so if I get punished for it, I'm going to be kind of a little upset. And then JBL taking up a big win over Kurt Angle. These 2 have been fighting all over the arena as of late. They are tired. They decided to take their problems to the ring. And then in our main event, in a monstrous tag team match, Booker T and Shawn Michaels, the WWE champion and the challenger for the Intercontinental champion, defeating the Intercontinental champion John Cena and the number 1 contender for the WWE championship, The Undertaker. How will this lead into our pay-per-view on Sunday? I guess we should have to find out next week. But with that being said, go ahead and pass it over to my esteemed colleague over on SmackDown. Take it away, good sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night SmackDown, live from Edmond, Oklahoma. I am, of course, your MC, your master of ceremonies of the superior brand, the blue brand. Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to, of course, kick things off with, you know what? It's half blue. Green counts, because if you take blue and add some yellow into it, you get green. You mix that up real quick. What you get velocity. And right here on Velocity, we're going to kick it off with some epic Lucha Libre action as Psychosis takes on Chavo Guerrero in fantastic one-on-one action. And Chavo Guerrero, living up to his legacy, ends up beating Psychosis in definitive fashion. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Psychosis is done yet, but enough about that. We're going to go ahead and move on to our main show and kicking things off in glorious fashion. See, the Boogeyman... Okay, look, man. I don't know what Nitro and Mercury are thinking here, all right? So, show opens up. They call Boogeyman out to the ring. And they call a referee out to the ring. And the Boogeyman probably doesn't even know that it's an actual match. But a 2-on-1 handicap match. And the Boogeyman still ends up winning. Granted, he cheated a little bit. Because he had to use some hocus pocus. But you know, even 2-on-1, Joey Mercury and Jonathan Nitro just couldn't take out the Boogeyman. And the Boogeyman reigns supreme on this fantastic night. Moving right into our second match. He's super. He's crazy. And he just took down Rey Mysterio. And he has his eyes on that Cruiserweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Is he going to be the one holding the belt at the end of this when all is said and done? There's only way to find out. Keep on tuning in to Friday Night SmackDown, where the loudest and proudest tag team all around, Ric Flair and Mr. Kennedy, ended up taking down Gregory Helms and Matthew Hardy. But, you know, you gotta give them some credit, because this was not a one-sided fight. Gregory Helms and Matt Hardy brought it down to the wire, and Flair and Kennedy only won because Ric Flair does what he does best as the dirtiest player in the game. And you know what? Because of that, Gregory Helms and Matt Hardy have earned a future tag team championship shot. And you know what I think? I think that shot's going to be next week on Friday Night SmackDown. I think that sounds fantastic. They have freaking earned it. Just like Paul Burchill. Now, here's the thing. Finlay got the win here. Paul Burchill, when all was said and done, well, he wasn't moving very much. But something happened during this match, if you were paying attention. Something happened during this match, all right? Now, Paul Burchill found the key. We don't know what this key is. But did you see that smile? Mr. McThing, were you watching Friday Night SmackDown this week? Did you see that smile on Paul Burchill's face when he found that key? And you know, I don't think Finlay knows. I think Paul Burchill's going to get himself some treasure pretty soon.
I was rewatching Scrubs for the third time, so no, I was not watching Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, that's unfortunate because, man, you don't even know what you're missing, dude. This is one of the best rivalries on our show. Paul Burchill is about to go full pirate and steal Finlay's treasure. Yeah, he's gonna end up with a few bruises on his face, but in the end, who's gonna be the richer man? Who's gonna be the richer man?
It sounds just like the wacky shit that you love in wrestling, so I can't blame you for that.
It is exactly the wacky shit I love in wrestling. But you know what else I really like in wrestling? I love it when things get hardcore. And on this night, Edge proved that once again he is one of the most hardcore superstars on the freaking roster, as him and Bobby Lashley absolutely destroyed Randy Orton and Umaga. Bobby Lashley with that glorious 45-second stalling suplex on Umaga, at the same time as Edge hit Orton with the one-man concerto. It was just chef's kiss, hardcore perfection. Man, I don't know how these guys are going to be able to continue after this. This was a brutal drop out, drag out fight. But Edge and Randy Orton, as well as Lashley and Umaga, they are out for blood. And that might be the only way to solve this. Speaking of out for blood, moving on to our main event. These two titans continue their strong rivalry, continue fighting each other, pushing each other to the absolute brink. And Triple H once again proves that there is nothing that Mick Foley can do to stop him. The reign of Hunter continues and will continue forever unless there is something that Mick Foley can find deep inside himself in order to triumph. Will he? Won't he? We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Friday Night SmackDown. We will see you next week.
All right, are you ready for this? Here we go. Fan change. Oh, you get some fans back. 90,
Get some fans back.
90,000. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, see?
Mark Henry needs to get a new contract.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, we both got 3 stars, so that's interesting.
So here's the thing. Like, this just proves that long-term storytelling, in the end, is the solid way to go. You pulled all those little fan bumps every now and then with your, we're gonna have title matches every week, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. My long-term storytelling, it built up, and it proved that SmackDown is indeed the superior show.
Huh.
Yeah, how beautiful that build-up was.
It's really nice.
as a whole, see, you keep talking, you keep demeaning, but you just don't understand. You just don't understand that the people realize that for consistent content every week, for things that are going to continue to make sense over and over and over again, that Friday Night SmackDown is the place to go. It is the place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into SmackDown. I definitely appreciate it. Unlike, unlike some people who are just, looking for cheap pops and this and that. I know what you want. I'm paying attention. I'm listening. I'm going to go ahead and take a drink right now. Pinky's out, because I'm a classy mofo.
Pinky. All right.
Pinky.
Well, with all that being said, congratulations. Well earned. You took 90,000. You're up now by 10,000. Of course.
Yeah, of course I am.
Of course, that's all going to change after my pay-per-view coming up. So we will absolutely be getting into that next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on another episode of
It's going to take a pay-per-view week for him to take the lead back from me.
I had a 2-week lead going before you broke it.
He's already like, well, next week it all change. But this, because the only thing that he's got on his side is the fact that there's a pay-per-view coming up. And, like, he's got 2 shows in 1 week. And pay-per-views he can just do so much more with. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That's the handicap we're going to have to give Raw here. And, I don't want to talk down on my illustrious opponent and all. And I don't want to put any slander on his show. Because at our core, we're all wrestling fans here. And everybody should be enjoying all kinds of wrestling. So I hope that with the fan change that he's going to get next week, that I hope my illustrious rival just doesn't let it go to his head, because he's got to remember that wrestling is for everybody, and you shouldn't demean one side just because they have a preference towards one side or the other.
I couldn't agree with that more. With that being said, see you next week, guys. Remember, the S is silent.
Hey, excuse me. Only winners get to do the sign off.
I forgot about that. I do apologize.
Go sit in your goddamn corner. GM of an inferior brand, go sit in the corner and allow me to do the sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of Brand Fights, where, as always, the better brand reigns supreme. And always remember, the S is silent.
But he won't be.
See you next week.